Hi, this is another edition of Channel Partners TV, or what we call CPTV. I'm Dave Raffo of Channel Partners, and I'm joined by David Casem, the CEO of Telnyx. Thanks for joining me today, David.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
So, how do you explain the value of running voice AI? Everybody's talking about AI today in every area. So, what's the value of voice AI on a carrier-grade infrastructure to a customer who may be concerned about latency and call quality?
Well, the benefit is that, ultimately carrier infrastructure is designed to deliver five nines. And so if you're going to be bringing in customers onto the platform, you want to be able to do so in a reliable way. I think, we've seen a lot of, there seems to be a new competitor in the space every day. And, you know, they don't necessarily have the expertise, both from sort of an overall voice perspective and an uptime perspective. And so carrier grade means you're getting five nines. It also means that, you're not relying entirely on the internet to deliver the solution. So most of our competitors in the voice AI space, are running some sort of orchestration framework. They're doing three separate internet calls, one to the speech to text provider, another to an LLM, and a third to the text to speech provider. And so every single one of those is going off over the internet. So introducing, potential jitter, latency, certainly latency, but jitter and packet loss as well, reducing the quality. And then you obviously hear that in the turns. So, when you compare our solution to, one of the other providers out there, it's a noticeable difference. And it's all about speed, right? It completely changes the experience
Always.
for the customer.
Yeah. So, what's your strategy for positioning voice AI as a high annual contract value opportunity when you're speaking with the enterprise clients?
Look, I mean, the reality is, like, we've forever been used to sort of this race to the bottom on per minute costs. And if you sort of look at just the quantum of what this ends up costing a customer on a per minute basis, the sheer fact that you're in this sort of universe of 5 to 10 cents rather than um, 0.005 to 2 cents means that same deal, same opportunity size from a total minutes perspective, 5 to 10x the rev. And so obviously that flows everywhere else from a ACV perspective, right?
All right, so we talked about advantages like speed, price, some pretty good things, low latency. But so, what are the advantages of like of a voice AI solution vendor offering a full stack for a voice AI, and how do you communicate that to accelerate deal cycles?
Uh, Look, I mean, I think it's pretty similar to other areas where you have a single vendor versus a series of vendors. You have ultimately one party that's responsible for delivering the end-to-end solution. And so it means that, when things ultimately go wrong, and there's going to be times where you need help figuring out how to implement a particular feature or workflow. You don't have vendors pointing the finger at one another, which is really common in sort of these stitched together scenarios. And
The
so
one throat to choke, right?
yeah, I wasn't gonna. I haven't been using that lately. I've been getting, but yes, one throat to choke is the way that there's no better way to describe it.
So you're going to be at the Channel Partners Conference?
I am. I'm pretty excited about it. It's our sort of debut in a meaningful way at Channel Partners. So we've been really excited about building the channel over the course of the last 6 to 12, and it's an opportunity to meet sort of all the new folks that we've onboarded, and then hopefully pique the interest of the folks that we have yet to onboard and show them what we're all about.
Great. It's always good to have new sponsors, new faces at the show. So I hope all of you watching this will be on hand as well. Channel Partners Conference and Expo, April 13th through the 16th at the Venetian, Las Vegas. We hope to see you all there. Thanks for joining me today, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.